A lot of people think, once you set up balcony solar for your flat, your energy bill just starts going down automatically. But honestly, it's rarely that simple. You might be generating power during the day, but then your bill comes in and you're thinking, hang on, why am I not saving as much as I expected? And that's the bit a lot of people miss. Home energy isn't just about making electricity. It's about whether you can actually use that electricity in your home, and more importantly, whether you can use it at the time you really need it. So today, I want to break down what's actually happening behind the scenes, how the power is produced, how it gets into your home, how it can be stored, and how you can use it more efficiently in everyday life. The biggest benefit of balcony solar is clear. It turns sunlight into electricity you can use at home. But here's the catch. Solar usually produces the most power during the day, when many people are out or not using that much electricity at home. Then, in the evening, when you're cooking, running the washing machine, charging devices, or turning the telly and lights on, your panels are no longer producing at their peak. So your generation peak and your usage peak often don't line up. That's why some households install solar and still feel like their energy bill hasn't dropped as much as expected. It's not that they're not generating electricity. It's that a lot of that power is produced at the wrong time. And in many places, evening electricity can be much more expensive than daytime electricity. In markets like the Netherlands, this becomes even more important. From 2027, exporting extra solar power back to the grid will be worth less than using it directly at home. So the real question isn't just, how much electricity can I generate? It's, can I use that electricity myself at the time my home actually needs it? The idea behind balcony solar is simple. It turns sunlight into electricity you can use at home. When the sun is out, the panels start generating power, and that electricity flows straight into your home. It first helps cover the things already running in the background, like your fridge, Wi-Fi router, coffee machine, or devices on standby. That's what's known as your base load, the small but constant amount of electricity your home sips throughout the day. And this is where the problem really starts. During the day, your panels may be producing the most power, but your home might not be using much at all. Maybe just the fridge, the router, or a few devices on standby. If that power isn't used straight away, it usually gets exported back to the grid. Then, in the evening, everything changes. You're cooking, putting the washing machine on, watching the telly, turning the lights on. But by then, the panels are no longer producing much. That's exactly where a home battery starts to make a real difference. But here's the problem. When your balcony solar is producing the most power, your home might not be using that much electricity. If you've got a steady load running, like the fridge or the washing machine, then you're using that solar power really efficiently. But if your home's overall demand is low, that extra electricity won't just wait around for you until the evening. Without a battery, it usually gets exported back to the grid. And later, when you need more power at home, that energy is no longer available for you to use. And this is the bit a lot of households miss. People often focus on one number. How much power did I generate today? But what really affects your bill is how much of that power you actually use yourself, and when you use it. Say it's a sunny day, and your panels are generating a good amount of power. But at home, maybe it's just the fridge, the Wi-Fi router, and a few devices on standby. So there's only so much electricity your home can use straight away. Then evening comes around. The lights go on, you're cooking, the computer or the telly is on, and more appliances start running. But if that extra solar power from the day hasn't been stored, you still end up drawing electricity from the grid. So the issue isn't that your panels aren't doing their job, it's a timing issue. Your home isn't shifting that power from when it's produced to when it's actually needed. And that's the difference between a basic solar setup and a smart home energy system like the Jackery SolarVault 3 series. And this is where home battery storage comes in. It doesn't change how much power your panels generate. It changes what your home can do with that power. Instead of sending the electricity you don't use straight away back to the grid, it keeps it for later. So in the evening, when your home starts using more electricity again, you can still make use of your own solar power. Without storage, the daytime surplus is hard to keep for later when your home actually needs it. With a home battery, that power goes into storage first. Then in the evening, when your home starts using more electricity, it can be supplied back to your home. So from a bill perspective, it helps solve that timing mismatch, letting you use more of your own power when it matters most. And looking at the bigger picture, it gives you more control over the solar power you produce yourself. so your home becomes less dependent on the grid. And that's why the self-consumption rate is such an important idea in any home energy system. It's not just about how much power you generate, it's about how much of your own solar power you actually use at home. The higher that rate is, the more effectively you can help reduce your electricity costs. But it's not only about saving money. Every kilowatt hour you use yourself is power that stays in your home, instead of being replaced by electricity from the grid. That means you're making better use of your own solar energy, reducing your reliance on the grid, and turning a more sustainable lifestyle into something that happens through everyday habits, like making coffee or putting the washing machine on. When you look at the bigger picture, a truly effective home energy system needs to do three things. First, it needs to generate and use solar energy at home in a stable and safe way. Second, it needs to store the electricity you don't use straight away for later. And third, it needs to be smart enough to decide when to store energy and when to supply it, based on how your home is using power and what electricity prices are doing. That's why a system like the Jackery SolarVault 3 series isn't just a standalone battery. It's an all-in-one home energy system that brings solar input, storage, and smart energy management together. Now, let's talk about solar input. The Jackery SolarVault 3 Pro and Pro Max support 4 independent MPPT trackers with up to 4,000 watts of total solar input. Put simply, MPPT helps the system get more usable power from your panels under different lighting conditions. And that matters, because a balcony, terrace, or roof is almost never perfectly exposed to the sun. You might have shade from a neighbor's tree, clouds passing over, or panels facing slightly different directions. With 4 independent MPPT trackers, each group of panels can work more independently. How do you know if your home is suitable for a balcony solar and storage setup? What should you check before getting started? And how do you know if your setup is actually ready? Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one. That's the missing link. And it explains why solar panels alone don't always deliver the savings people expect. When the entire energy chain works together, you can make better use of your own solar power, take greater control of your energy usage, and reduce your reliance on the grid. In the next episode, we'll look at preparation. Is your home suitable for a balcony solar and storage setup? What should you check before installing one? And how can you make sure your system is ready? Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you in the next episode. So if one side is affected by shade, the others can still keep working properly. That means less wasted energy and better overall performance, even when conditions aren't perfect. Solar input is only half the story. The real question is, how much of that daytime power can you actually keep for later? The Jackery SolarVault 3 series starts with a base capacity of 2.52 kilowatt hours and can be expanded step by step up to 15.12 kilowatt hours. That means you don't have to decide your final setup from day one. You can start with what your home needs right now and adjust later as your energy use changes. So if your household starts using more electricity, maybe because of an electric vehicle, a heat pump, or just a different daily routine, you can add more storage capacity. That way, more of your daytime solar power can stay in your home instead of being sent back to the grid. But what really separates a good home energy system isn't just whether it can store power. It's how intelligently it manages that power. In self-consumption mode, for example, the Jackery SolarVault 3 series monitors your home energy usage. If there's extra solar power, it stores it in the battery. Later, when your home needs more electricity, it can use that stored energy first. For households in Europe with variable or dynamic tariffs, there's also tariff mode. The system can look at electricity prices, charge the battery during off-peak periods when prices are lower, and use stored energy during more expensive peak periods. And the best part is, you don't have to do it manually. Everything runs automatically in the background, helping your home use energy in a smarter way. There's also AI Smart Mode, which uses AI-powered optimization and learns your home's energy habits over time and keeps adjusting to your daily routine. So you can see, balcony solar is about much more than just generating electricity. A smarter home energy system connects 4 key steps: generate, manage, store, use. And that's the missing piece. It explains why solar panels alone don't always bring the savings people expect. If the whole energy chain isn't connected properly, you're simply not getting the full value from your own solar power. In the end, it's not just about saving money. It's about having more control over how your home uses energy and becoming less dependent on the grid. In the next episode, we'll get into the preparation side.